In the past, smoking used to be perceived as fashionable, and as a result, numerous prominent Hollywood actors enthusiastically indulged in cigarettes. Over the last decade, a significant number of famous individuals who were regular smokers have experienced serious health issues, leading to the unfortunate necessity of making career sacrifices. Below, you'll find a compilation of 13 Hollywood figures with the most notable smoking histories. Lana Turner, the radiant Hollywood icon celebrated for her unparalleled beauty and captivating dramatic performances, had a complex and enduring relationship with smoking that mirrored the era she thrived in. While she may not have ranked among the most fervent smokers in the annals of Hollywood history, she undeniably personified the smoking culture of her time. It was a defining feature of her public persona, and the cigarette was her ever-present companion. Picture Lana Turner, a vision of timeless elegance and allure, strolling down the boulevards of Tinseltown. She possessed a magnetic charm that was heightened by the slender, elegant cigarette holder she often wielded with grace. Her cigarette, like an extension of herself, became an iconic accessory, completing her glamorous ensemble. In films like The Postman Always Rings Twice, where she sizzled on screen, her sultry smoking scenes added an extra layer of intrigue and sensuality, further cementing her status as a symbol of Hollywood's golden era. Yet despite the allure of her on-screen smoking, the story took a darker turn in her later years. Lana Turner's personal life was marked by health challenges, including a harrowing battle with lung cancer. It was a stark reminder that even the brightest stars of Hollywood were not immune to the devastating consequences of a habit that once seemed synonymous with their allure. The smoke-filled rooms, the swirling tendrils of cigarette smoke, and the dramatic pauses punctuated by a drag were all part of Lana Turner's legacy. Her image, forever intertwined with that slender cigarette holder, is a poignant reminder of a bygone era when smoking was not just a habit, but an integral element of Hollywood's mystique. Her life and struggles serve as a haunting testament to the price that some of its brightest stars paid for their association with this once glamorous, now vilified vice. John Cazale. John Cazale, a hidden gem within the vast expanse of Hollywood, left an indelible imprint on the film industry with his brief yet astonishing career. Revered for his roles in cinematic masterpieces like The Godfather and The Deer Hunter, Cazale's artistic contributions were nothing short of profound. Yet, amid his cinematic brilliance, his personal life was tainted by a tragic habit that would cast a long shadow over his legacy. Imagine Cazale, a man of quiet intensity, his off-screen persona marked by the constant presence of a cigarette, a slender column of smoke trailing upward from his fingers. It was a habit that seemed to linger, much like his enigmatic characters, and it added a layer of complexity to his already intriguing persona. Cazale's smoking was not merely a casual indulgence. It was a steadfast companion that accompanied him through the ups and downs of his life. Off-camera, he could often be spotted with a cigarette in hand, and this habit would ultimately exact a devastating price. In a cruel twist of fate, he received a heart-wrenching diagnosis: lung cancer, the formidable consequence of his years of smoking. Despite the looming specter of his illness, Cazale's dedication to his craft remained unwavering. He continued to pour his heart and soul into his roles, delivering powerful performances that left an indelible mark on cinema. Even as the ravages of his disease took their toll, his commitment to his art never wavered. Tragically, Cazale's life was cut short at the tender age of 42, the relentless march of lung cancer claiming him as one of its many victims. His untimely passing cast a somber shadow over Hollywood, serving as a poignant reminder of the devastating consequences of smoking, even for those who possessed exceptional talent and potential. John Cazale's legacy stands as a stark and haunting cautionary tale, a testament to the harrowing price paid for a habit that once seemed trivial, but ultimately proved fatal, leaving behind a legacy of cinematic brilliance and a profound lesson about the perils of smoking. William Talman. William Talman, forever etched in our memories as District Attorney Hamilton Berger from the iconic TV series Perry Mason, had a smoking habit that seamlessly intertwined with his on-screen persona. Throughout his illustrious career, both within and beyond the boundaries of the camera lens, he was rarely seen without a cigarette firmly in hand. Smoking became an indelible part of his public image, much like the character he portrayed. Imagine Talman, a tall and imposing figure, his distinctive baritone voice and commanding presence accentuated by the omnipresent cigarette. It was a prop he wielded with a certain flair, lending an air of authority and gravitas to his roles. On screen, he effortlessly brought District Attorney Hamilton Berger to life, often punctuating his legal arguments with a measured puff of smoke, creating an indelible image of the quintessential lawyer. Yet, beneath the veneer of his Hollywood success lay a somber reality. William Talman was ensnared by the clutches of heavy smoking, consuming multiple packs of cigarettes each day. This relentless habit would, tragically, exact a devastating toll on his health. In 1967, a grim diagnosis would deliver a crushing blow. Lung cancer had found its way into his life. With the same determination and courage that marked his career, Talman valiantly battled the insidious disease. However, the odds were stacked against him, and just a year after receiving the heart-wrenching diagnosis, he succumbed to the ravages of lung cancer at the tender age of 53. His untimely death cast a pall over Hollywood, serving as a poignant and sobering reminder that the dangers of smoking spare no one, not even those who bask in the unforgiving spotlight of stardom. William Talman's story stands as a stark, cautionary tale, a testament to the perilous consequences of a habit that was once considered a glamorous accessory, but eventually exacted a heavy price from one of its own shining stars. Humphrey Bogart. The story of Humphrey Bogart's relationship with smoking is a compelling and cautionary tale that illuminates both his impact on making smoking appear glamorous on screen, and the devastating consequences it had on his personal life. Bogart, a legendary actor of his time, was not only influential in portraying the allure of smoking in movies, but was also an avid smoker in his own life. He maintained a staggering habit of consuming 2 packs of cigarettes every day, a habit that was complemented by heavy drinking. The toll of his vices became increasingly evident in his health and demeanor. Persistent coughing, a direct result of his smoking, became a constant companion, and his excessive drinking led to fatigue and memory loss. Interestingly, Bogart's iconic on-screen relationship with cigarettes had an intriguing origin. In the early days of filmmaking, scripts were often sparse on physical directions, leaving actors with lengthy monologues. During one particular shoot, Bogart, feeling the monotony of his dialogue, humorously suggested the presence of 2 camels engaged in a scandalous act in the background to spice up the scene. Although the director didn't entertain this idea, he astutely proposed that Bogart incorporate smoking into his performance. This ingenious suggestion served a dual purpose. It provided Bogart with an action that broke up the monotony of monologues, adding depth to his characters, and it captivated the audience's attention as they focused on his face during each drag, thereby keeping them engaged in the scene. Consequently, Bogart adopted smoking as a recurring motif in his films, creating a powerful association between his effortlessly cool and detached characters and the act of lighting up. In fact, his on-screen persona was so iconic that cigarettes earned the colloquial nickname Bogies in his honor. However, the influence of Bogart's on-screen smoking extended beyond cinema screens. His portrayal made smoking look so appealing that it inspired millions to try it themselves, believing it to be a symbol of sophistication and coolness. Tragically, it was Bogart's own smoking habit that led to his untimely demise. Bogart chose to delay seeking medical attention for his persistent cough and other health issues until 1956, when he finally consulted a doctor. It was then revealed that he had developed esophageal cancer, directly attributable to his long-standing smoking habit. This devastating diagnosis abruptly cut short his remarkable career, serving as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of the very habit he had popularized as a symbol of suave charm and sophistication. Humphrey Bogart's life and legacy are a poignant cautionary tale about the perils of smoking. Lucille Ball. Lucille Ball, the beloved star of the iconic TV show I Love Lucy, brought laughter into countless households with her unparalleled comedic talent. While she charmed audiences with her zany antics on screen, off-screen, she was a dedicated smoker, a habit she shared with her husband and co-star Desi Arnaz. The sight of Lucy and Desi lighting up on their show was common and reflected the cultural acceptance of smoking during their era. In private, Lucille Ball's smoking ritual was an intriguing blend of elegance and indulgence. She would often be seen holding a slender, long cigarette holder, which she gracefully brought to her lips with an air of sophistication. The soft glow of the cigarette's tip illuminated her face, creating an alluring aura that contrasted sharply with her on-screen comedic persona. Lucy's inhales were deliberate, and the exhales were a cloud of swirling smoke that hung in the air, a testament to her practiced art of smoking. The scent of tobacco mingled with her signature perfume, creating a distinctive and intoxicating fragrance that wafted through the room as she puffed away, occasionally exchanging a knowing glance with Desi. It was a familiar sight, one that encapsulated the era's glamour and the era's addiction. Despite her endearing on-screen persona, Lucille Ball's smoking habit was one aspect of her life that posed health risks, a stark reminder of the prevalence of this dangerous habit in Hollywood's golden days. In retrospect, it serves as a poignant symbol of how societal norms have evolved, leaving behind the glamour of smoking for a healthier future. Bette Davis. Bette Davis, known as the reigning queen of the Warner Brothers lot, possessed a notorious and unapologetic smoking habit that left an indelible mark on her appearance. Her reliance on cigarettes seemed at odds with her longevity, as she defied the odds by living to the age of 81. Davis's relationship with smoking was complex and multifaceted, earning her a unique reputation in Hollywood. While some attribute Humphrey Bogart with making smoking appear effortlessly cool on screen, others argue that it was Bette Davis who truly deserved that distinction. During a light-hearted roast held in her honor, actor Henry Fonda humorously quipped that he had been in close proximity to Davis for 38 years and had the cigarette burns to prove it. It may come as a surprise that Bette Davis only actually smoked in about a quarter of her film roles, and she never served as a spokesperson for any cigarette brand. However, she became inextricably linked with smoking on the silver screen, largely because of her unwavering commitment to authenticity in her roles. When her characters were smokers, Davis insisted on faithfully portraying their habits by clutching lit cigarettes throughout the entirety of the movie, mirroring the behavior of real-life smokers. But Bette Davis's affinity for smoking extended far beyond the confines of the film set. It was a personal addiction that consumed her off-screen as well. She was known to go through approximately 4 packs of Vanguard cigarettes each day, a staggering amount by any standard. Davis herself admitted that she couldn't endure more than 10 minutes without lighting up a cigarette, which explains why she was frequently seen with one in her hand, whether on or off the movie set. Even her dentist's efforts to discourage her from smoking were futile, as Davis would brazenly light up in the waiting room and even in the dental chair itself. Remarkably, despite her relentless consumption of cigarettes, Davis managed to lead a lengthy life relatively unscathed by smoking-related illnesses. Ultimately, she succumbed to breast cancer, but it is astonishing that she continued to smoke approximately 100 cigarettes daily until her eventual passing, cementing her legacy as a Hollywood icon with an enduring and complex relationship with tobacco. Amanda Blake. Amanda Blake, forever cherished for her portrayal of Kitty Russell in the beloved TV series Gunsmoke, lived a life marred by the perilous grip of smoking. Despite her remarkable success on the small screen, Blake was ensnared by a smoking habit that would eventually exact a heavy toll on her health and well-being. Her story serves as a stark reminder of the relentless grip of addiction, even for those in the limelight of Hollywood. Picture Amanda Blake, her glamorous on-screen image juxtaposed with her off-screen struggle. Smoking became more than a habit. It was an inseparable part of her daily existence. A cloud of smoke seemed to perpetually envelop her, as she indulged in the familiar ritual of lighting up a cigarette. Over the years, her addiction deepened, and she found herself tethered to the habit, consuming an astonishing 4 packs of cigarettes daily. In an era when health warnings about the dangers of smoking grew increasingly prevalent, Blake's relentless addiction remained unyielding. She couldn't go more than 10 minutes without succumbing to the craving for a cigarette. It became a compulsion that overshadowed her every moment, an addiction that defied the mounting evidence of the harm it caused. Despite the warnings and the growing awareness of the dangers of smoking, Amanda Blake continued to grapple with her addiction. Her life took an unexpected and tragic turn when she passed away at the age of 60, succumbing to AIDS-related complications. Her demise, while not directly attributed to smoking, serves as a poignant cautionary tale of the long-lasting repercussions of a habit that can undermine even the most vibrant of Hollywood stars. Amanda Blake's story stands as a sobering reminder of the insidious and relentless nature of addiction, illustrating that even the brightest stars can be dimmed by the shadow of a destructive habit. Errol Flynn. Errol Flynn's life was a tale of soaring success and tragic downfall, marked by a series of indulgent habits and personal controversies that ultimately contributed to his untimely demise. During the late 1930s, Flynn was a prominent and highly successful actor, starring in iconic films like The Charge of the Light Brigade, The Adventures of Robin Hood, and The Private Lives of Elizabeth and Essex. He shared a lively residence with David Niven, affectionately dubbed Cirrhosis by the Sea, where they hosted extravagant parties and reveled in the good life. While Niven had his reservations about Flynn's reliability, he acknowledged Flynn's impressive drinking prowess and recounted tales of Flynn and John Huston engaging in bare-knuckle boxing as entertainment at their wild gatherings. Flynn's penchant for excessive alcohol consumption was legendary. He even devised a cunning plan to inject vodka into oranges, enabling him to discreetly enjoy a drink on movie sets where alcohol was prohibited. His hedonistic lifestyle, coupled with an addiction to opium, began to take a toll on his appearance and well-being. Additionally, Flynn found himself embroiled in scandals that the movie studio desperately attempted to conceal. Known for his stormy romantic entanglements and a notorious reputation, Flynn was rumored to possess an exceptionally large phallus. However, these escapades failed to bring lasting happiness to him or those around him. Despite being married 3 times, Flynn never managed to find lasting contentment and developed a troubling attraction to much younger women. In 1942, he faced serious allegations of statutory rape involving 2 teenage girls. Although he was acquitted with the support of Warner Brothers' legal team, his innocence remained a matter of dispute, and his career never fully recovered from the tarnish of scandal. In the late 1940s, Flynn's health began to deteriorate significantly, largely due to excessive drinking, drug use, and smoking. While he experienced a brief resurgence in the 1950s by portraying drunken characters in films, his body had been ravaged by years of abuse. Tragically, at the tender age of 50, Errol Flynn suffered a devastating heart attack while staying at Dr. Grant Gould's apartment in Vancouver, Canada. He had traveled there with the intention of selling his cherished yacht, the Zaka, to his old friend George Caldo. The yacht held immense sentimental value to him, but financial struggles compelled him to part with it. Flynn had, for the most part, resided on the Zaka, making its loss particularly poignant in the final chapters of his tumultuous life. Yul Brynner. Yul Brynner, celebrated for his imposing presence on both the silver screen and the illustrious Broadway stage, harbored a dark secret throughout his life. He was a heavy smoker, consuming an astonishing 5 packs of cigarettes every single day. Unfortunately, the dire consequences of this habit eventually caught up with him, leading to his tragic demise due to lung cancer, a direct result of his long-standing addiction to smoking. In the twilight of his life, Yul Brynner undertook a poignant and haunting endeavor, filming a commercial for the American Cancer Society. In this eerie advertisement, his once commanding voice had grown raspy and frail, mirroring the toll that smoking had taken on his health. With a chilling foreboding, he implored viewers not to follow in his footsteps. Remarkably, he was fully aware that this commercial would air posthumously, underscoring the urgency of his plea. As the camera fixated on his feeble figure, Brynner's eyes bore an intensity that seemed to pierce through the screen, and with an eerie gravitas, he uttered these haunting words. "Now that I'm gone, don't smoke. Whatever you do, just don't smoke." The poignant footage of this commercial was extracted from his appearance on Good Morning America, where he responded to a question about what message he would convey to fellow smokers if he had the opportunity to speak to them from beyond the grave. This campaign left an indelible impact on viewers, as they witnessed Brynner's transformation from a towering figure of health to a mere shadow, consumed by the ravages of lung cancer. His addiction bore the weight of blame for this tragic decline, serving as a somber and powerful reminder of the devastating perils of such a destructive habit. Yul Brynner's legacy, marked by his talent and his harrowing plea, continues to serve as a cautionary tale for those tempted by the allure of smoking. Rod Serling. Rod Serling, the brilliant mind behind the iconic TV series The Twilight Zone, was celebrated as a creative genius in Hollywood. His contributions to entertainment left an indelible mark on popular culture. However, beneath his immense success and fame, Serling carried a heavy burden of inner turmoil and dissatisfaction. Haunted by persistent doubts and self-loathing, Serling turned to alcohol and cigarettes as a form of self-medication. These vices served as a coping mechanism for the emotional struggles he grappled with. While he was a master storyteller on the screen, in his personal life, he was wrestling with his own demons. In 1975, the toll of his self-destructive habits became painfully apparent. Serling had to undergo a bypass surgery to address a severely clogged artery, a direct consequence of years of mistreating his body. This surgery was a critical moment in his life, a chance to reverse the damage inflicted by his addictions and regain his health. Tragically, fate had a different plan. During the operation, Serling's heart succumbed to the accumulated strain. His heart, weakened by years of self-inflicted damage through smoking and other vices, could no longer bear the burden. In the prime of his life, at the age of 50, Rod Serling's remarkable journey came to an untimely and heart-wrenching end. His legacy as a creative genius remains intact, but his story serves as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of addiction and self-destructive habits. Gable. The iconic figure of the golden era of Hollywood, reigned supreme as the undisputed king of American cinema. His rapid ascent to stardom was propelled by his unforgettable portrayal of Rhett Butler in the timeless 1939 epic Gone with the Wind. His final film, The Misfits, etched itself into the annals of cinematic history as a testament to his remarkable career. Yet, Gable's journey extended far beyond the silver screen. In 1942, at the pinnacle of his fame, he made a remarkable decision that took him far from the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. Joining the U.S. Air Force, Gable, carrying the rank of captain, embarked on an extraordinary adventure, leading a 6-man motion picture unit. He trained and flew alongside the 351st Heavy Bomb Group, capturing their exploits in a gunnery training film. His wartime odyssey unfolded predominantly in the United Kingdom, where he was stationed at RAF Weatherby and RAF Holbrook. It was at RAF Holbrook that Gable's audacity soared to new heights. The renowned actor, driven by an unyielding spirit, took to the skies on 5 combat missions, including a daring excursion to Germany. In these missions, he served as an observer gunner aboard B-17 Flying Fortresses. For his courageous contributions, Gable earned the Distinguished Air Medal and the coveted Distinguished Flying Cross, even drawing the admiration of Adolf Hitler himself. The deranged dictator held Gable in higher esteem than any other actor, offering a substantial reward for his capture, unharmed and delivered into his clutches. When his time in the Army Air Forces concluded, Gable emerged as a major, leaving behind a legacy of valor that extended beyond his life in the spotlight. Tragically, the curtain fell on Gable's extraordinary life in Los Angeles on November 16, 1960. He succumbed to his 4th heart attack, his health ravaged by decades of indulging in his vices. Gable's primary vice was smoking, an insatiable habit that saw him consume 3 packs of unfiltered cigarettes daily for over 30 years. In addition to cigarettes, he also enjoyed cigars and copious bowls of pipe tobacco. Unfortunately, these habits took a severe toll on his health. In 1964, he underwent surgery to remove most of his left lung due to the detrimental effects of tobacco. Regrettably, 15 years later, complications from stomach cancer claimed his life at the age of 72. Clark Gable's larger-than-life career and audacious wartime exploits were overshadowed by the relentless grip of his addiction to smoking, ultimately serving as a somber reminder of the devastating consequences of this habit. Sammy Davis Jr. The iconic figures of the entertainment world, including legendary artists like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Sammy Davis Jr., were renowned for their suave and cool personas, which often involved embracing vices such as drinking, womanizing, and smoking. However, recent revelations have shed light on the fact that much of this image was carefully crafted for their performances, and the reality behind the scenes was often quite different. In the case of these artists, the glamorous portrayal of indulging in whiskey was more smoke and mirrors than substance. They would artfully sip on apple juice, creating the illusion of hard drinking while maintaining a veneer of sophistication. Contrary to the popular belief that they actively pursued women, these entertainers often found themselves the object of pursuit rather than the initiators of romantic encounters. However, smoking was one aspect of their image that they couldn't simply pretend. Among them, Sammy Davis Jr. was particularly notable for his affinity for cigarettes. Sammy paid little heed to the warnings about the risks of smoking. In the 1980s, when he began experiencing vocal issues, his manager took him to see a throat specialist. This visit confirmed what Nat King Cole had previously cautioned against. Years of singing while smoking had taken a toll on Sammy's vocal cords, leading to inflamed nodules. It was a stark reminder that even the most talented and charismatic performers could not escape the harsh consequences of smoking, despite their larger-than-life public personas. Jackie Gleason, the charismatic star who skyrocketed to fame as the unforgettably Ralph Cramden in The Honeymooners, left an indelible mark on the hearts of audiences nationwide with his larger-than-life presence. His colossal frame and uproarious persona dominated the screen, endearing him to fans far and wide. However, behind the scenes, Gleason's larger-than-life antics extended beyond his acting career. Gleason's insatiable appetite matched his immense stature, and he perpetually danced between two extremes, fluctuating in weight between 230 and 330 pounds. His voracious hunger was the stuff of legend, often indulging in multiple meals during a single sitting. But it was his grand finale that left onlookers astounded, devouring an entire gallon of ice cream as if it were a mere snack. Yet, It wasn't only his prodigious eating habits that contributed to Gleason's unhealthy lifestyle. He had an unquenchable fondness for the bottle, treating whiskey as casually as water, with a scotch on the rocks serving as his equivalent of a cream bun on ice. Sobriety was a rare state for him, and his affinity for alcohol was relentless. In tandem with his drinking, Gleason was a chain smoker, effortlessly consuming 5 packs of cigarettes daily. The combination of his size and these detrimental habits made mobility a significant challenge for Gleason. Tragically, his indulgent lifestyle even took a toll on his libido, as he often quipped, "Sex for a fat man is much ado about puffing," underscoring how his excessive habits permeated every aspect of his life. Despite the warning signs, Gleason persisted with his unhealthy ways until he ultimately succumbed to colon cancer at the age of 71. His passing left behind a legacy of laughter and entertainment, but also served as a cautionary tale of the perils of excess and the profound impact of unhealthy habits on one's life and well-being. What do you think about smoking addicts who have paid a heavy price in Hollywood? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.